Hello, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. If you're hearing me, let me know. I always have to check to make sure you guys are hearing me so I have no glitch. So if you're hearing me, let me know. And it could be me. Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the love. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me first say I appreciate your support and I'm happy that you are here. And tonight we're just going to have some fun. We're just going to lighten up a little bit and have some fun. Okay? So bear with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Bear with me. Bear with me as I share out. And while you're in, share for me, invite someone, give me your thumbs up. This is what's taking us where we need to go. YouTube requires this, and this is the reason you constantly hear us say, could you share? Could you give thumbs up? In doing so, we stay on the algorithm so YouTube doesn't drop us. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. This means a lot. It means a lot to have your support. Okay, so thank you, thank you. And as you come in, just share for me, share for me, share for me, share for me. Just share for me. Thank you for coming in. I know there are quite a few. We call you silent watchers. All that means is that you are not participating in the chat, and it means that you're not letting me know who you are. That's not important to me. That's your rights to be private. The chat keeps, a different type of requirement from YouTube, and you being there, sharing and listening means a lot to me. So don't give up on me. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Just hang in there with me. Hang in there with me. Because I'm trying not to keep on repeating myself. So I'm waiting for a certain amount to come in. So bear with me. And while you're waiting, I know your time is important, but while you're waiting, just invite a friend. Invite a friend. I'm going to be starting soon. I'm waiting for at least 10 people to come on. So even 5. I'll start with 5 because then and if you're watching and you have not subscribed as yet, you're a silent watcher and you have not subscribed, please give me the gift of subscribing. Please give me the gift of subscribing. Please. YouTube is just not somewhere we come to just be on. There are requirements that we have to follow in order for us to grow. And I must say, my growth has been, it's been good, for me. And it's been good because of you. So as if you have not thought about subscribing yet, just go ahead and subscribe. And the rules for subscribing is after you click subscription, you click all notification, and we ask you to share. But I shouldn't say the most important thing because everything is important. But watching one of the shorts, it runs right across. It says home video shorts live. Watching one of the shorts after subscribing, YouTube counts that. If you don't, I don't get the credit from YouTube. Okay? So that's how that works. I know for let's chip chat a little before I get into the topic. I know that a lot of states are going through some really bad weather. And if Arizona is an example of how cold it is, I know you guys are cold in New York and Canada and England and Georgia and Chicago, and because Arizona is a very, very hot state. This time of the year, we take pride in barbecuing, sitting by the pool, riding our bikes, mountain climbing. And there's still people that mountain climb. I was sick, so I haven't been mountain climbing for a while, but I really have to start it back. But you can barely go out there to mountain climb. We can barely go out there. It's like freezing here. You would never believe. What am I doing with this thing? You would never believe. I'm fighting with my shirt. You would never believe how cold it is here. It is extremely cold here. So come in, guys. Come in, come in, come in. Invite friends. I'm doing the same thing. Come in. Let's chat and have fun. Nothing serious, nothing deep tonight. And I just made the most welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. I just made the most delicious dinner that I'm going to upload soon. Somebody just chit chatting until, we get enough people for us to start, before I start the topic so I don't keep repeating myself. So I made the most delicious dinner tonight. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm going to put it on the channel. But I must say, the feedback that I'm getting from these cooking videos, they're heartwarming. They make me just want to keep cooking. Now, I love to cook. I don't have to have a reason to cook. I just love to cook. And I've loved to cook all my life. And because people have told me that my food is good, it just gives me joy to cook. But the downside of cooking like this is that I'm a diabetic. I try to cook on the healthy side, but still you can overheat healthy. You can. At least I know I can. Because like rice, I don't do rice a lot, but rice is something that I love. I really, really love rice. And if I eat too much, it spikes my blood sugar. So when I cook like this, and I enjoy it so much, I keep eating a little at a time. Yeah, and eating a little at a time, it still builds up. I had to remind myself that the other day, that it still builds up. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the love also. Yeah, so so cooking the way I do, it's healthy, and I'm not a fanatic about anything, religion, nothing. I'm not a fanatic about anything. I tend to have my own way of dealing with things. So I'm not a fanatic about anything. And even though I cook healthy, I do have my ice cream and my cookies. That's, you're not going to see. That I'm not going to show. That I'm not going to show. I am a binger. Yes. I'm watching TV and it's good. I can eat a couple cookies well. I can. I can eat a couple chips well. We were talking in church about spending time with God and the amount of time we do other things, and it just reminds me that I can watch TV, especially when you live alone. You tend to, the things that you like, you tend to have those as your companion. So, guys, so in cooking so much, I tend to want to eat it. So now I'm learning how to cook small portions, even though when I cook, I try to save for another day or the day after. So that's what I did today. I made a really, really, I think it tastes so good. Delicious, delicious, delicious dinner or whatever, you choose to eat it as. And I'm going to upload that later. So the topic tonight is, what is the one thing you do when you're down to feel better? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. I appreciate you. What is the one thing you do? And I'm not asking for a scientific answer here. Just that one thing or that one person that can really kick your spirits in gear. So that's the topic tonight. And that's why I was waiting to see a lot of people are coming in and out. And I realized, for some places, even here, it's not even 5 o'clock yet. So thanks for those who are coming in and still doing what they're doing. Thank you. So what is the one thing? The one thing we do? And the chat is not alive yet, so I was waiting for even one person before I start. There's a lot of silent people that are just not in the chat. So I'm just waiting for even one person to come in the chat, because then, there are these person just like you who constantly follows me when I come on. And once one come on, they'll bring the other one on. So that one thing, or that one person, or that one meal, whatever we do to kick our spirit in gear, what is that thing? Maybe it's not one thing, maybe it's several things. What is that one thing we do, or that one person we can call that can really kick us in gear? That can let us draw big girl panties up and wake up out of the situation. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It could be minuscule for you, or it could be, something traumatic, or some changes, divorce, breakup, losing children, parents, but, disappointed in a job that we, Marlon, welcome. Welcome, Marlon. No, Marlon, get the gang in here. Get them in here, Marlon. Share out for me. So nice to see you. I was thinking about you yesterday, that I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming, Marlon. Get the gang in for me. So Marlon says his one thing is Bob Marley music. Now, that music can get up, stand up for your rights. And I'll say rights don't always mean something political or unethical, but whatever we use to get up. And I'll share mine with you later on. But that one thing, that one person that can always get you going, family, friend, co-worker, that one thing. It could be a Bible scripture. It could be a gospel song from Marlon. His one thing is Bob Marley. I know in Jamaica and throughout the world, we're celebrating Bob Marley right now, but especially Jamaica. Jamaica has come out with a movie about his life. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see it here, because that would be something nice to watch. I remember when he died, our entire school, we went on silence for a couple of minutes. And we were generally, as far back I can remember, in high school, I think I was 15, 16, somewhere there, I'm not sure. And when he died, it's like a black cloud came, pardon me, It's like a black cloud came over the school. It was like we were all mourning. They closed the school down. They sent us home because it really, really had a ripple effect in Jamaica and throughout the world. So his music is genre. We don't see them anymore. And yes, I can see Marlon where, yeah, your one thing would be something from Bob Marley's collection. And, other folks, it varies for people. So I just want to know that one food, that one flower, whatever it is, that special gesture. What's that one gesture that somebody can do to really kick us in our booty when we're down? I wish my silent viewers, I wish you guys would share. I wish you could share without putting a name in. I see Google, not Google. I see YouTube do an anonymous button soon. I see it. I would love that, where you guys could participate in the chat without being public, because a lot of people don't want people to know that they watch YouTube contents. A lot of people don't want their names to be out there, but I wish you could participate so I could hear what is the one thing you do, anything. As I said, a song, a meal, something that someone can do when you're down to kick your spirits in gear. So while we're waiting for participation in the chat, I hope you had a good day. I hope you had a great day. I hope your week. I know a lot of people are looking forward to, just if they're off for the weekend, just having the weekend off. I know a lot of people are just looking to having the weekend off. So again, our topic is, what is the one thing you do when you're feeling down to feel better? And I'm expanding it a little more. That one thing could include food, a person, anything, just that one thing. Because some people, you know, has different, everyone, and that's why I want to hear, because it's going to be, the participation will really, say, okay, so I'm not alone. That person did that too. So let's wait for some more response. And while I'm here, I'm going to deviate a little bit. So I was watching, and as I said before, I support a lot of content providers. I support a lot of content provider. And I was watching last night one provider who, he seems as if his thing is really relationship. And I tell you, ladies, we got some punches last night on that channel. We got some punches, especially, I don't know what it is, but everybody's speaking on 60-year-olds and up. But as I said before, this week when I was on, there is a 70-year-old gentleman and an 84-year-old woman that got married in Jamaica over the weekend, last weekend, for the first time. I don't think the lady had children, because I think she said she wanted to wait for marriage to have children, but then it didn't happen and she got older. And they had a marriage. And I tell you, it wasn't a little, you go out and just have some lemonade and a piece of bread and butter. This thing was an event. So that was encouraging. And it warms my heart when I watched it. But then when I listened last night, When they're talking about 60-year-olds and up can't get a man because they're too independent, they're too demanding, they're too this and they're too that, and they when I listen to it, I'm like, where are these people shopping for these women? Where are these people shopping for these women? Because I have a lot of 60 plus year old in my environment and my circle. There's nothing wrong with us. And I said I wasn't going to address it. But when I sat last night, I'm like, what? I was in my feelings a little bit. I was in my feelings a little bit because they're saying that we're looking for someone to take care of us. Now, let me hasten to say, if a person is 60, male or female, is 60, I hope they have worked somewhere throughout their life to get some benefits. And thank God for America. You get what you work, not what you think you should get, but you get some little something. You know, you get some pennies. You get some pennies. And then you have your little penny that you put away. Socioeconomic issues is across the board, from a penny to a trillionaire. But as long as the person can take care of themselves, and we're going to go back to my topic as soon as I get a little more involvement in the chat, but I just want to banter a little bit. As long as you work, you can get the basic Social Security, food stamps, and medical. So I don't know where these people in that channel get these things from. They were looking for somebody to take care of us and somebody to boss. Somebody, listen, I raised 3 children. And if I was to get married today, I wouldn't want to have children because it's too hard right now to raise children. Karen Thomas, what a surprise. Thank you, Karen. It's been a while. It's been a while, Karen. I'm so grateful to see you here. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Share, Karen, and invite for me. Share and invite for me, Karen. Share and invite. You know, so Karen, you see the topic. Let me remind you, what is the one thing we do when we're down to feel better? So I was just bantering on other issues while waiting. So Sharon, if you want to share, what is the one, Karen, sorry. What is the one thing you do? And Karen, are you hearing me? I hope I'm not yelling. Are you hearing me? Let me know if you're hearing me, Karen, and let me know if I'm too loud. Oh my goodness. Now, you know, Mr. Parchment, you know, we have to have some private conversations, you know, Mr. Parchment. Mr. Parchment, I'm honored that you're here. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. I'm honored that you're here, Mr. Parchment. I'm honored that you took my invitation. It's my joy to see you here. You have been missed. You have been missed. You have been missed, Mr. Parchment. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have you. So the topic, I was bantering a little bit about, I know, right, Karen? I really missed you guys. I learned another way to reach out. Karen, I have to add you to that way. I didn't know about it, and someone, another content provider, shared it with me. So I'm trying to use that method. I don't think I have you, Karen. I don't think I have you on WhatsApp, but if I don't, I'm going to send you an invitation. So guys, let's have some fun tonight, because I was Deval, I don't know if you was on this platform last night where they were talking about women in their 60s. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I was a little in my feelings last night where they're saying that women in their 60s, we're demanding, we're domineering, we want men to come and take care of us. And we think, one guy said that women in their 60s think they're all that, and it's because nobody wants them. I was like, what supermarket of women these men are hanging out with? Because I've never met those women. So I was bantering a little bit about last night, but our topic for tonight, I really want to hear from you guys and for us to really get some laughs in. What is the one thing we do when we're down? It's a person, it's a thing, it's a meal, it's a drink, it's a song. Like Marlon says, his one thing is Bob Marley music. So come on, guys, while you come in, please, 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 guys, give me a thumbs. I love your thumb. I love it, and YouTube love it more. You'll say music to Deval. Okay, what kind of... Oh, yes. Talk, keep, then talking. It's my favorite. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys mine, but not right now. You're going to die laughing. Okay? Because I have several, and it can be several, It can be several things that we do that really keeps us, or that one person, friend, co-worker, whoever it is, that one person that when you're down, they can really kick you in your tutus and get you going, Wow, Karen. You in my head, Karen, and you've always been in my head when you're on. Yes. Karen says, always looking on the blessing that she has. I think that is a big one. I think that is a big one, because and blessing don't mean a Jaguar at all times or a $9 million home. It's just whatever that is done to, that really pulls you through. And when you look at where you were and where you are now, when you look at that, and that tends to be one of mine. I have a few, and one of mine too is doing that has helped me so much. Looking at the goodness of God, as the song says. Looking at the goodness of God. Looking at, listen, I was sick, I haven't worked, and God pulled my pennies through. He pulled my pennies through. Whatever situation we go through, and look at us now. Yes, Karen, I love that. Deval, singing, yes. Singing is a big one too. Songs, meaningful songs. Yes. And listen, Deval, let me tell you, that wedding, and I'm going back a little because one of my participants in the chat, that wedding on Sunday, Deval, that's why I thought about this topic. What is the one thing that can push us through? And, or can encourage us? That wedding, as you said, Deval, it was done with such class. It was done with such class. And to know that the age of these people, the love that was shown between the two of them, it really chipped it really chipped me. I go, things are not so bad after all. This world, things are not, yes, Deval, very, very classy. Very classy. And I had to give kudos to that platform holder. Winsome H, how are you? Thank you for showing up. Thank you. I appreciate you. You know I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Winsome, so our topic, as you see, is what is the one thing you do or we do when we're feeling down that makes us feel better? And some folks says music. One individual said Bob Marley's music. One individual said Bob Marley music. For Duval is Keep Talking is his favorite one. Inspiration by Garnet Silk. I've read Garnet's book. Yes. So what is the one thing? And I want us to share and have some fun over here tonight. I don't want too much seriousness over here tonight. But what is the one thing? Drop it in there, guys. And again, for those individuals, my silent watchers, I thank you for coming on. And as you come on, please give me some thumbs up. Share it out, guys. Share it out, both those in the chat and those who are silent watchers. Share for me, please. Share for me, please. Let's get this algorithm going tonight, guys. Let's help each other. Gospel music, Winsome. Yes. And Winsome, I don't know if you notice that the gospel music, they're getting a little bit of yang, bum, bum, bum to them. They're not dreary. And, there's this new one that came out. I think it's by Majestic. I'm not sure. That says everybody need a little bit of Jesus. It's a new song, so I don't have the words fully yet, but I love it. I know, right, Winsome, Karen Thomas is here. I was so happy to see her too. So go ahead, guys. Drop in. Come on, guys, like up the channel for me, guys. Come on, like it up for me. Like up the live. I have 8 of you here and only 6 thumbs. I want your 8 thumbs. Come on, give me those thumbs. Yes. So gospel music. Winsome, what particular type of genre you like, or a particular song that really does it for you? Or food, by the way, Winsome, that fish looks good, girl. That fish looked good. That was a good fish dinner you made. So what is the one thing? Gardening too, yes. If you guys watch the channel, last winter, this time I would be out doing my poor flowers. I passed my flowers the other day, and I swear they said to me, Mom, we're going to file child abuse on you. My flowers are brown. They're dead. I have some they can go through any weather. Praise God for them. But this time of the year, I would have a lot of blooms. Right now, all I have is brown limbs. So yes, gardening. I miss gardening. Because of the cold, I haven't done gardening. So gardening is one of them. What about a person? Is there a person in your life that can really? Yes. Darryl, we read the same things. Yes. You know which one is good to Darryl? Don't sweat the small stuff. But I don't remember. I'm so terrible with names. I look to you. Yes. I'm enjoying this already. Yes. That's a good one, Winsome. That's a good one. So we have songs, we have music, we have gardening. What about food? What is the food? What is the food that can really? That's right. That's right, Karen. What better person? Ingrid. Welcome, Ingrid W. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, Ingrid. Thanks for coming. It's a pleasure to see you, and I'm happy you're here. So our topic is, what is the one thing The one thing, no food for you. Really, Winsome? I thought you were a foodie like me. Yes, sometimes. Yes. And there's this one song. Oh, sleeping. Sleep. How can sleeping cheer you up, Karen? Explain that to me. Yes. How can sleeping cheer you up, Karen? How can sleeping cheer you up? Explain that to me. Explain that to me, please. How sleeping cheer you up? That's a new one. Explain it to me. There's this one. Sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. As I said, I am. Oh, when you wake up, you feel better. Okay, so if you're down, you go to sleep, and when you wake up, you feel better. I'm the opposite. If I'm down and I go to sleep, I wake up, I feel worse. Okay, Ingrid, that's my type of girl. Ingrid says money. And this is a safe space. We don't judge anyone over here. We also don't put our way of doing things on people. Everybody's different. Ingrid says money cheer her up all the while. I tell you something. Yeah, it doesn't take away the problem, but it can sure change the situation. And praying. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Praying. And my pastor, he has a way of presenting the sermon. It's like he holds you and he doesn't yell. And he was explaining on Sabbath. Yes, I am a child of God that is a member of the Adventist Church. On Sabbath, he was saying that you don't always have to kneel down and have the best verbiage and the most skillful things to say. He was saying that when the Bible says pray without ceasing, is when we keep our mind stayed on him. Thank you, Jesus, for pulling me through the traffic. Thank you, Jesus, for helping me to cope with this difficult person. So yes, prayer. Oh, yes, my line of work throughout my life, from I was 18 years of age, I've been in healthcare and mental health. So yes, dementia clients, it takes a special person to take care of them. And let me hasten to say, because people are forgetful doesn't mean they're dementic. Okay, guys? Age bring on forgetfulness. So we tend to, I'm hearing it a lot when people speak of other people. I'm hearing it a lot as a person is 100 years old and they forget your name, or they forget, then people are saying, oh, the person next door is dementic, or the person that sits beside me is dementic. Be careful how we label people. Forgetfulness is a part of aging, okay? Yes. So if you enjoy your work, now we have to balance it now, because there's some people that can't function without work. I have an issue with that. We have to have a life behind it, because then we're truly not giving the best to the client. So I could see where your work brings you joy. But if you're down, though, if you're down and you go to work, that could lift your spirit. Angela Lois, welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, praying without ceasing. Praying without ceasing don't mean you drop in the middle of work and you start to bring down the Holy Spirit and brimstone and fire. No, that's not what it means. That's not what it means. So having a prayer life, having prayers as part of our journey through the day really help. Oh, yes. I have that one too, Deborah. Yeah. Hi, Janice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for having you. Thanks for having you. How is the weather there? How is my nieces and nephew? And you, hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for coming in. Oh, Angela, I don't know why. I don't know why. We've got to talk, and I've got to invite you on WhatsApp. Somebody told me to start WhatsApping people. Marlon, Marlon is coming out. Marlon is coming out. I love you, Marlon. I want to see that spunk tonight. Marlon says he doesn't love to work. He just loves the money. So the work doesn't make him feel better when he's down. Oh, really? Okay, kisses for me, Janice. So, Janice, I think I know your answer, but I want to see it in the chat. I think I know your answer, Janice. I want to see it in the chat. What is the one food thing, whatever your thing is, what is the one thing that can really, oh, you took her to the doctor, good. I pray that everything goes well. What is the one thing? Yes, Derval. Janice, what is the one thing you do that it doesn't matter what's happening in your life? That one thing, food, persons, that one thing or that one person that can really get you going. Drop it in the chat, Janice. I want to see it. I think I know it, but you might change it. That one thing. Yes, Deval, spending the summer at the lake. Right now, I wish it was summertime because I'm tired of this cold. I left New York to get rid of the cold. And some days Arizona was colder than New York. Some days. So, Angela, what is your one thing? When some one thing was music, quite a few people was music, somebody was money. Yeah, listening to music. So, Angela, that one song or that one genre of music, could you name it? Because listening to music is wide. But what's your genre of music that really, really picks you up? The music that really, really picks you up. The music that really picks you up. What is that one? Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for coming in. And as you come in, the sun just came over by me. Are you guys seeing me? Because I'm seeing myself as dark as ever. The sun just came right over on me. What is that one thing? Gospel music and oldies. Okay. Janice, you really changed for me. That's not what That's not what I expected, my niece. But I can respect that. There's a lot too. You don't have to look too far, my niece. There's a lot, lot, lot. There's a lot. Janice, you know what I thought? Because you're such a songbird. Yes, Marlon. Marlon, that is so true. When you cook and people, when you cook and people eat and clean off that plate, I love when they run back to the kitchen and say, do you have more? I love it. I love it. There's no better feeling than you inviting someone home to dinner, brunch, or whatever, and they eat your food up. I love it. I love it. I have a situation recently that someone came over for me to take care of some business with them, and it was getting late. Paperwork, as you know, is very daunting, and it was getting late, and they became hungry. And I went in the refrigerator and I whipped up something. They enjoyed it so, so, so much that when they left, I go, oh my goodness, this was a pleasant dinner, even though it wasn't a planned dinner. So, yes, when people enjoy what you prepare. Yes, Janice, I know you love music. So I thought you were coming with one of your powerhouse songs. I thought you were coming with one of your power. Okay. Yes, they've been doing really, really good in the gospel world, in the gospel genre. Go ahead, Janice. I hope you like the live for me. I need your thumb. I need it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, those that are on. Thank you. I appreciate you. So continue to share, guys. That one thing. Jenny shocked me because I expected her to come out with her song because this young lady can sing. This young lady can sing. You did it, Janice? Okay, you click on the thumbs up for me. Great. Oh, Marlon, you love that salad. I think, Marlon, did you put a comment under there? Did you like it and comment for me? There are so many persons that let me know. Thank you, Janice. How much they enjoy that lettuce ball. I am getting a lot of positive feedback about the cooking side of this channel. I'm getting such good feedback. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, because that encourages me. You really love your music, Winsome. Great. And like me, Winsome, I thought you would have said cooking. I thought you'd have said cooking. Yes, I love my music. I know, and thanks for the laughs, because that's what it is about tonight, lightheartedness. Enough going on in the world, enough trauma and enough going on in the world. So tonight, we're just here to share and laugh and have fun. Okay, Marlon, thank you so much. And Marlon, I cooked a meal today. I haven't edited yet because editing takes so long. I wanted to go live to do it, but when you're cooking, sometimes it's hard to go live because when you don't have someone else in the house to man the camera. So I always video and then do them. Yes, Winsome, I thought so. I always video and then put them out. But I have a meal I made today, and I know you're gonna enjoy it, Marlon. I know. I'm so happy that your business is going well, Janice. I'm so okay. I'm so happy that your business is going well, Janice. And she hasn't asked me to do this, but I'm going to do it. Anyone that is in the Ocherius area, Content Gardens, Pineapple Place, I don't remember everywhere there, but anyone that is in the Ocherius area, Content Garden, Ocherius, St. Anne, Jamaica, anyone that is in the Ocherius area, Content Gardens area, anywhere between 5 and 10 miles of Content Gardens, and you want a really dedicated, safe space for your children, daycare. I don't know her age. I'm going to guess it probably about 6 months until school age. If you need aftercare, Janice Stewart Cameron, she's on the platform right now. But if you need more information and finding a good care, I think she takes babies from 7, 8 in the morning until you get off in the Ocherius Content Gardens area. Guys, reach out to me and I will link you. Unless Janice want to drop her number in the chat. Guys, these days you have to be careful where you leave your children. And I'm telling you, she is a very, very caring and attentive child provider, I should say. She calls herself a babysitter. So if you're looking for a safe place for your child, something that is economically reasonable, and I'm not saying pennies, we have to pay for our children when we find good space to put them. Just reach out to me for the information, or she didn't ask me to do this, but I want her business to grow. Drop your number in the chat, Jan. Drop your number in the chat. Folks, if you know anybody in the Content Garden Ocherius area, especially hotel workers, teachers, especially with young children, nurses. She takes everybody. And I think she has limited space. And that's what I love. You're not going to have 200 children with her. So Shore Park Gardens, Pineapple Place, Old Buckfield, anywhere in that area. If you want someone that your child will be safe with and well taken care of, go ahead. Yes, Marlon. Janice, you remember Marlon, right? Marlon, you know Janice, right? Go ahead, guys. Drop your number in the chat, Janice, or guys, you can get in touch with me for her number, but go ahead and drop it in the chat. Okay, so that was a commercial. So, guys, we're going to go back. Music tends to be leading with prayer. A lot of people love music, kicks them up. A lot of people. Music and prayer seems to be the lead right now. But what about food? Is there a food, a drink, a dessert that you're feeling down and it's your go-to? Karen. Oh, you don't know her, Marlon? Okay. Yeah, so you should know Marlon. So Karen is saying she doesn't like people in her space. Okay. I think everybody's like that. When you get to a certain age, you don't mind companionship, but you don't like crowd. I know when I was young, between 20, 35, I love to have people around me. But as you get older, you realize the people that really care. You realize because if a person is not growing and they're not building on themselves, it's hard for me to maintain friendship with you. It's very hard. If you're not growing, how can you encourage me? You know, you have to be growing. Something has to be different. Something has to change. You can't be the same person I met in 1914 and you're the same person in 2024. I have an issue with that. Growth is important. Evolving is important. And balance is important. Yes. No food. Okay, Angela, Marlon, do you have a food? Derval, are you still with me? Oh, Derval loves stand-up comedy. Yes, because it makes you laugh. No food for you. Wow. Winsome say no food. Oh, is there a food, Derval? Or a drink? Thanks for coming in, guys, especially those of us who are watching silently. Remember, YouTube needs your thumbs, and I appreciate them. So go ahead and give me a thumb up as you come through. Yeah, yes, Duval. Is there a food that can really put you in a good mood when you're down? Yes, Winsome. As we get older, for me, my circle gets smaller, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Because, you know, when we're 20, we want the crowd. We want people to love us. We want to be a part of the, you know. My best food is chicken back. You know, I love chicken back too. I love brown stew chicken back, especially when I go to Jamaica. When I go down there next time, I got to get Janice to make me some brown stew chicken back. I love it too. Roast breadfruit, sugar, and water. Okay. There's a fly in here. I had the door open today. And when it rains, we get these little bugs. Yes, Janice. Because we realize that we really don't need as much people as we had in our 20s and our 30s. We really realize. Oh my God, Watch Queen cooking. Good night. I've seen you on other platforms, but I'm honored that you made it here. I'm honored. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, and feel free to share, because tonight we just want to laugh and share with each other. So feel free to share. So nice to have you here. So nice to have you here. Yeah, so as we get older, and I can speak for me without a shadow of a doubt. I want people in my life that are reciprocal. Okay, Janice. He's from Okay, Janice. I'll let you know who is it. I don't want crowd. I want people who are transparent, who is honest, who shares, because one of the things I often said, cooking for you, okay. One of the things I often said, since I hit 50, I want people in my life that are transparent. I want people in my life. Everything can't be going good for you. You want to hear every good and bad thing in my life, but there's no time at all you need my support. You can call and say, man, today's a bad day. I had such a bad day at work. Or even if you don't call me, when we're talking, you can share an experience that you had to build me up. No, that means there's something missing in the relationship, or one person is more invested than the other. Because if you cannot share your life's journey, whether it's positive or negative, with me, and then you have those other friends who when they have special occasions, they don't invite you. Now that sends a very deep message. I'm not talking about weddings. I'm not talking about weddings. I'm not talking about weddings, because people invite people at weddings who they feel they can accommodate. And even wedding, if I'm your friend and your child is getting married or you're getting married, I'm not talking about somebody that I just talk to once in a while. I see you as my friend and you behave like my friend, and your child is getting married and you didn't invite me, I have a problem. I'm not saying you have to invite me to the reception, but not into the church to witness it or wherever it is. I have a problem with that. I am rethinking that friendship. That's just me. So as I get older, Karen, I told you the other day, last time we spoke, you read my mind so well. You got it, Karen. You got it. You got it. And you and I are moving well. And there are things in your life-changing things in your life. And I'm not a part of it. I'm rethinking that friendship. And you get to find out who people are when you are at your lowest. I've had so much trauma in the last 3 years in my life, and that's when I found out who my friends are and family. So that makes maturity is a wonderful thing. It makes you evaluate the way you do things with friendship. So I can understand the people who says they love to be alone, even though they love their friends around them. You don't need 50 people. You don't. Yes, Winsome. I just use it. I don't do. Nope. Because if we are not evaluating ourselves, if we're not looking at ourselves to see where we can grow, and if somebody brings a behavioral trait, because I'm working on a few, I have a friend that spoke to me about something that she sees that's consistent in my life that I do, that she understands, but she's saying for other people, I don't want them to see you like that. So I want you to rethink how you do that. Those are the type of people I really, really look to in my life. Not no, the ones that just think that, there's some people who have people in their life just they say they can look good, to say, oh, I have this friend and that friend now. Yes, Duval. Yes, Deval. You see, one of the things that I find through my journey with pain is that when we have that one thing that we have that we can go to pick us up, it makes life easier. It makes life easier because you ever hear some people commit suicide and people say, I was with them, I spoke to them. And my God, that means that person has fell to such a low that they don't have anything they can reach to and they give up. So it's so important for us to have that one thing, that one person that can make us laugh is so important. So, so important. Because when you have a friend that can make you laugh, that's the best. That can pick you up. Okay, for those folks who are married, I don't know if there's much married people, but I'm going to, and even if you were married, tell me if this scenario worked for you. If you're married, I think somebody said it earlier on. If you're married, or when you were married, could your spouse, if you're in a situation, really, Derva, wow. Wow. Derva said he had a time in his life when he wished he had a shoulder to lean on. I'm so sorry. Because let me tell you, I have been to hell and back. And if I didn't have people I could lean on, I don't know what I would do. I have had back to back to back to back trauma. Right, Jan? In our family, back to back trauma. Because our family is extremely big. And when you have a large family on both sides, things happen. And if I didn't have my village, I don't know. So Derval, I hope you have a village. I hope you have that one person or that one thing that will push you forward. But when we get to that certain place in our life, because I know when my son died, I didn't know there were grief like that. And I got to a place, one phone call made the difference for me that day. One person calling me and the right person. It's like, I'm thinking about you all day and I decide that I need to call you. And I was at my lowest point when the person called. And I told the person, I'm fine, and go, no, you're not. You just turn, what she said to me, go on FaceTime, go on WhatsApp, go on something. I need to see your face. And I said, I don't want to. You're not feeling well. But know that it's okay. Know that you're not alone. Everybody needs that one thing. Yes, Deval, it was terrible. And then losing my dad. My dad was my best friend. My dad was one of these people, you love him and hate him. But at the same time, the relationship was what matters. And when he died, I could have called my dad for anything. I used to speak to my dad 3-4 times a day. I call my dad when I'm going through the door, driving to work. I call him when I'm driving back home. And not having him to call was very hard. So yes. Okay, Winsome. Okay. Yes, Janice. Listen, yes, I really, Deval, listen, we don't know each other, but we have a great respect for each other. From the inception of this channel, I don't know how you found me, but you were one of the first man. No, there's a brother in my church. This brother, and I think he could be watching right now. This brother follows my channel from the inception, and then you as a man. Okay, Deval, but find someone else, because our parents do go. Not that someone else can't go. But I need you to know, though, if you're ever in a situation where you feel that you don't have anyone, you got a shoulder here. You got a safe space, non-judgmental space. Reach out to me on Facebook, whatever method you can reach out to me. Reach out to me. Thank you, Angela. Reach out to me, Derval. You are not alone. Yes. Oh, you're getting to be, well, Winsome, you're quite sociable. You're quite sociable. So, just as long as we're not in a cocoon listening to our own thoughts every day and looking at the ceiling, hope that the paint would change color. As long as we have something, if you're feeling down, you can go turn on a channel to listen to some gospel music. You can turn on this. You can go eat an ice cream. You can find something that can do something for you. Yes, Ingrid, here's my shoulder. You can lean on me, Deval. No strings attached, but know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone. You know how to reach me. Know that you're not alone. Send me something on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, Winsome, a lot of us, because for me, I have to be intentional about not. For me, I have to be intentional about not isolating. And when I say isolating, sometimes people can really turn you off. These days, well, it's been from creation. People just don't like you just because. They don't think you should have the butterfly or the pencil or the pen. They just hate you. And when you have to deal with that, sometimes it can push you to want to be alone, but push against that. Yes, I figured that, Derval. I figure that. From what folks are writing, I can figure that why we tend to isolate is because we've been hurt so much. And if I had followed that feeling, I'm guarded. Until I can trust you, or I think I can trust you to meet a new person, yes, I'm not sharing much. But remember, yes, Winsome, but remember, we have to be wise. We cannot use one situation and lock ourselves in a cocoon. Be wise, share less. And I know for some of us women, we tend to want to share a lot when we meet people, especially women who we think, this is a friend. But I'm learning to share less unless I know that I'm in a safe space with you. Because one of the things I hate is to say to someone, I'm going to tell you this, but don't tell anybody. If I have to say that to you, I'm over it. I'm over it. So that's why we can have friends, but we have that one person or those two people that we know without a shadow of a doubt, they'll go to the grave and they'll show up. You ever have that one friend that just shows up when you need them without you calling them? They just know by talking to you that something is not right. It's hard to find that person. It takes years. I'm so happy. I have people that have betrayed me so much. But I still have people that I can trust, that loves me unconditional. And I thank God for it. Somebody was saying earlier, look at your blessing. I see it as a blessing that I have friends, I have family members that I can call, and it's private. Yes, Andre Crouch. Yes. So nobody has a food that is a pick me up for them. Winsome, you have to trust. Winsome, I don't believe you, you know. I think you feel that way, but Winsome, I've seen you on platforms. You're a very sociable person. I've seen you out behind the camera at the different events. You're a very sociable person. I think what you're describing as not trusting, I think it's more of guardedness. I think it's more of guardedness. And let me say to you guys that if somebody hurt X, don't just decide that they're going to hurt me, I'm going to stay away. Don't just decide that they're going to hurt me and I'm just going to stay away. That's their issue. So if you were a friend with Jack, and Jack and James were friends, and Jack hurt James, that's their issue. Until you find a reason why you need to sever the relationship, don't just blanket everybody. Because especially, yes, I have people in my life, not a lot, both family. I have a niece that I can trust with my life. And I have a friend that I can trust with my life because they've been in my life. They've proven themselves. We have gone through some stuff. They have had people don't want to share with them because, and they're still consistent because you have to prove things. Friendship and trust develop by how things happen. The person is there. They tell you how they feel. They don't go to somebody else. So I'm glad I have a few, but especially two. Trust with my life, a male and a female. Trust with my life. And then there are certain things that only you and God's supposed to know. When I say to trust, when I say that one person that we can go to when we're feeling down, that can pick us up, I don't mean that things that you'll be embarrassed about, you tell them. If you're going to be embarrassed if somebody know, don't say it. Go down on your knees, double. Winsome, help me. Ingrid, help me. Angela, help me. Deval, Marlon. There are certain things, that is only you and Jesus supposed to know. I remember, I think I told a story. I've been gray as long as I can remember. From about 28, I start seeing gray. And I started to use hair coloring very, very early in my life because society says if you're gray, you're old, nobody wants you, you won't get a job. So, you keep the thing going. And let me tell you, when I finally decided that I am going to wear my hair gray, was when I was 60. And the amount of pushback I got on it. One person said to me, there's certain things that's between you and God. You always say that. You should put the gray hair in one of them. Nobody should see your gray. But until, my birthday's coming up, and I'm a type of person that my birthday, I do something different. I might change it. I don't know. It might stay. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. If there's something in your life that if it comes out, it's a great embarrassment, don't share it with anybody. Leave it at the feet of Jesus. Leave it there. Put it there. Walk away. Don't carry no baggage with you. Just put it there. Those things you keep to yourself. Those things you keep to yourself. But if you're feeling down and if something is not going right in your life, there should be someone or something. Okay, so let's see what Derva said. Co-worker, when I lived in Jamaica, that was the most awesome human being in the world. Unfortunately, he passed. And Derval, I'm telling you, Trust the force that you believe in. If you believe in God, He will put that person in your life, but you first have to trust you. You have to trust you. You have to tell yourself that, yes, I was hurt. Believe me, I'm speaking to myself too. Yes, I was hurt. Yes, because the worst betrayal and the worst hurt is sibling hurt. Siblings hurt. Been there, have the t-shirt, have the cap. Those pains are hard. If those people can hurt you, then can you imagine somebody that these people come out of the same space that you came out of, the same agents that you came out of, and they can hurt you to the core? But you have to keep trusting. Because you see, yes. We have to keep trusting because, believe it or not, this is what Satan wants. He wants us to believe that nobody out there is trustworthy, nobody out there is loving, nobody out there is caring. And it's a lie. Come close in the palace. Listen to me. It's a lie. There are people out there you can trust. The other thing that I have been observing, seems that if someone corrects another person, then we start to badger them. And let me say this, and I think I've said it before, but this is 2024. So I'm sort of re-educating folk that comes in my space. And I'm blessed. I don't have those things to deal with, but we never know. People have the right to their opinion. People have a right to feel. If they decide, oh, I don't like her, don't bash them. Don't cuss with them. Not in my chat. They have a right. What they don't have the right to do is to disrespect me. That's when you block them. But they have a right, if they don't like this black and white shirt that I have on with the black and white drape, they have a right to say that. It's their thoughts, it's their feelings. So when people say things about someone or about you, they don't hate them. They're just having an observation. They're not jealous. They're just observing something and it doesn't sit well with them. As soon as people say something, oh, they hate you. Oh, come off of her this, come off of his this, come off of... Come on, people. Grow up. So let's not use that to not have that one thing or that one person in our lives because we have been hurt. Because somebody said earlier, let me see if I can find it. I think it was Winsome. I'm not sure. Somebody said earlier that they want Deval to develop a sense of somebody being there for him. Because this is a rough 2024 we're going to face. And it's true. I have never seen anything like what happened in 2023. It's like nobody wanted to have mercy or care. Everybody's, coming out of that thing that happened to us 3 years ago. I thought we would be better people. But for some reason, it seems as if we inhale something. And we've become so self-centered and self-serving. And that can turn people off. Winsome is saying she don't trust anyone. Winsome, my prayer is that you will find that person who you'll be able to develop a trusting relationship with. Because the word anyone, that's a big term. Anyone, it must be a family, a friend, somebody that we can trust. Yeah, trust is built. Trust is earned. Trust is earned. Trust is earned. You have to earn my trust more now than ever. You have to earn my trust. You're not just gonna, you have to earn my trust. And you also must prove yourself trustworthy. Because if you're trustworthy, you're gonna attract somebody who's trusting. I believe that. You're not gonna trust everybody, but you're gonna attract trustworthy people. Why you think alcoholics and drug addicts, they're the best living people in the world? Have you ever really sit down and watch a drug addict? I have the ability to do it for years because that's my profession. Mental health is my profession, and elder care. And I have the ability. Yes, yes. That's right, Corinne. We can't go around hurting people. We can't. And if we prove ourselves trustworthy, we'll attract trustworthy people. But let me say this, I have the opportunity, which I don't take lightly, of serving alcoholics, drug addicts, varied population. And there's one thing that I always, always, always admire. Have you ever seen a alcoholic with a little beer, rum, or whatever they drink in a flask or a glass? I am Derval. Ask anybody that knows me. Have you ever seen an alcoholic with some alcohol in a beer, in a bottle or a glass? And there's 3 or 4 people sitting around them. And I want you to observe this the next time you see a group of alcoholics together. The person that has the alcohol takes a sip. He doesn't even look at it. He passes it to the next one. The next one passes it to the other one. And it goes around to everybody in that circle. And everybody got a hit. I said it once and somebody says, what? Alcoholics and drug addicts are the most supportive people, population, I must say, I have seen. They protect each other. I have the opportunity to go down to this, South Phoenix. You talk about rough down there. You talk about rough. A group of us used to go down there and feed them, and I still have a group from my church that goes. They will have 6 of them under one cardboard box. Survival. And I always tell myself, that is love. That is relationship. They share that cardboard box. So everybody's covered with the element. They share the drugs so everybody get a hit. They share the alcohol. And you might say, what? Lessons are taught not only in classrooms and lecture halls. Lessons are taught daily in varied situation. There are good people out there. Society would want us to believe that we cannot trust. Our friendship group or family group might want us to believe that we cannot trust because we've been so hurt. Yes, it's gonna take some time. But we're talking about what is the one thing that will pick us up when we're down. And right now, where we are, as somebody said in the chat, we need to find that one thing. Because life ain't no bed of rose. The paycheck can hardly do what it did. Less than what we're making in 1980, 90s. Carried us through. And now, because of rent and different situation, or paycheck cannot, and those things can push you in a dark space when you're working and you can't pay your bills. I think it's one of the worst feeling. So having that one thing, that music, Deval, that you can go home and listen to, that husband Karen that you can lean on, Winsome, that music, the other person that says prayer, that prayer, and when you can pray for yourself, because I've been there. When I can't pray, I'm so hurt. And I call, please pray with me. Yes, find that one person, because life is hard. Life is hard. There are good people out there, and I will never give up. And I'm going to go off into some things now. There are good people out there. I don't know if Deval, if you were on the platform, or Rose or anybody was on the platform last night that was talking about women in their 60s and above, how they looking somebody to take care of them, how they don't trust, how they don't this and how they don't that. Could this be the reason that we don't trust anymore, because we've been so hurt? To live to 60 is a long time, guys. I'm so glad I look good. May I'll be 64. May. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. After 65, I want the time to slow down a little. I want the time to slow down a little. And Winsome, I'm with you. I got the t-shirt and the cap for that one. The people who are in my life that I form relationship of substance with, I'm not talking about people who just and when you call them, they don't have no time for you. They're always rushing off the phone. I'm not talking about those. I have people in my life. So I don't need a crowd, like I said when I started. When we're in our 20s and our 30s, and sometimes even 40s, we think we have to be at every party. We have to be invited to every this, especially church groups. We have to invite. No, I'm good. So I can understand that. Thank you, Deval. Hey, thank you, Deval. Don't let me blush now. Don't let me blush. So I'm saying it's so important for us to have that one thing. Thank you, Winsome. Likewise, you. Thank you. I am so looking forward to it. I don't know. My dad told me I've always been like that. And he always tell me it's because I was born in the middle. I'm a middle child. The first was twins, and then me, and then my brother. My dad told me my birthday was always something. But my birthday is a national holiday. I never worked on my birthday. I will work on Christmas. I will work New Year's. I will work 4th of July. But when it comes on to my birthday, everybody in my department know this woman is not coming to work for 2 weeks. I don't take my vacation until it's my birthday. I was blessed to have 4 weeks of vacation. So I would take 2 weeks. I would take 2 weeks for my birthday. So my birthday is a national holiday for me. So I look forward to my birthday. But this phenomenon, yes, I saw her. I gave her a thumbs up. Yes, my mom will be, I'm not sure, either 86 or 87 this year. Dad died when he was 92. He would have been 93 this year. He and I are the same month. So I'm saying when we have that one thing or that one person, nobody has food. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know why I'm a diabetic. I think God was saving me from myself. I'm not saying God made me a diabetic because I was born with it. But I think God saved me from myself because I love to eat, guys. I love to eat. And because I'm such a good cook, I love good food. I love tasty food. I love to eat. So my go-to prayers, gospel music, jazz. Jazz. I love jazz. I love jazz. And I love classical music. Food. And I think somebody has said it. Shopping. And I love money. Because if you don't have money, you can't shop. That's why I love money. I love money. I love nice things. So it takes money to buy nice things. But sometimes I have to do all those. But when I pray, though, when I pray, I always feel better. I always feel better. I always feel better when I pray because when I get in certain mood, I put on my gospel music and I pray. And even at nights before I go to bed, I have a ritual. After I do my facial, because I have a facial ritual at night, I'll get up out of my bed if I forget to do it and do it. Because keeping this looking good is so important to me. And you know what, Derval? Do you want to get married? Guys, Derval is just right in my alley, except the fact that Derval says he can't trust. You know? And I have a ritual that I go through at nights. I have my gospel music on to clear everything. And then I read my Bible, not generally in that order, and pray, but gospel music. I sleep with it on all night. Thank God for Alexa. I love Alexa because I have songs line up right through the night that Alexa plays, very loud, very low. And it really, really helps. Really, really helps. Yes, I love jazz. There's a jazz festival coming up here. I hope it's not too expensive. They've been dropping some big names though, but I'm gonna try to go to it. And then it's live. I'm gonna try to go. I don't like to go to these things and have to watch it on television, so I'm gonna try to get a good seat. I love jazz, love classical music and jazz and gospel. Yep. Yep. So anything else you guys do? Anything else you do? Because we're encouraging each other here. Anything else you do to feel good? All we do is eat, play music, shop. None of us love companionship. Does companionship make you feel like you could get through life because this person is here for me? Does anybody have that situation in their life? A husband, long-term relationship where you know that person is there for you and you can share anything with them? Does anyone have that situation? A nice cup of soup. There's some people that coffee. At Randy Crawford. Yes. 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 And why Randy Crawford's songs are meaningful to me. They're not these boogle boogle, all this foolishness that's going. I love songs from the 80s and 70s. I love those songs. I'm so bad with names and titles and this, you know, I love the 80s genre. I love, you know, even some of Bob Marley's songs. I love them. I love the gospel songs of Bob Marley. I love songs that lift your spirit. I love songs that lift my spirit. I love certain praise and worship song. He's in the room. That one. Yes. Yes. So anybody, you know, coffee, a drink. Anybody, you know, there's a drink that if you're feeling down at work, that, you know, this drink, a coffee, something like that, a Coke, something. Anybody uses those type of stuff beside praying and singing and stuff? Derval, do you love museums? Going to the museum? Yes, because when we find that one thing, sometimes it's our savior, you know. So sometimes knowing I've got through so much that I can feel the blues. Now there's signs that could tell you that things are not going well. You feel the blues, you get up, and you know, especially those that work, you know, hear people say today's not my day. Take them serious and take that opportunity to say, hey girl, I'm going to a cafeteria. I can bring you a candy bar, some French fries or something. You know, a lot of people cry for help in different ways. The person don't talk, you know? So knowing the one thing, someone once says, do you have a scripture verse for when he broke your heart? Do you have a song for when they rip you off? Okay, Deval. Okay, now I get it. Do you have, you know, we need to find, and if we're not aware of it, we need to really own in on it so we know. I love flowers. I love flowers. And I can tell it's just before Thanksgiving. My son died before the holidays, and my dad died before the holidays, 3 years apart, same space. And I went out and came back and saw a flowers, a delivery on my patio. And I was so excited. Can't wait to see who is this. No name. No name. So I called two persons and I said, did you send me flowers? Because I'm not going to say, oh, thank you for the flowers. I said, did you send me some flowers? No. I go, wow. Then I called another person. I said, did you send me some flowers? No. And I said, well, whoever sent these flowers knows me. Because these flowers, I think I have it on the platform. It just bloomed over the weekend. These flowers, I saw it. I was having a bad day and it just picked up my spirit. I started to find a flower pot to put it in. Then I had to go look to see if I have any extra dirt left over from the last flowers I planted. You see how our mind shifts when we have that one thing? And by the time I finished placing it in a pot that I liked and finding some dirt to put on it and then finding the right position where the light can come in on it, I felt so good. And then when I found out days after who sent it to me, it really moved me. The person said to me, I thought of you because I know this is a terrible time for you. It was right before Thanksgiving. So you see, when we have that one person or persons that is in tune to us and understand us and we understand them, because this relationship is reciprocal, it's not one-sided. If someone is pouring into you, you have to pour into them also. Oh, I have bread and Venus. Yes, I have that. And I think I have petunias too. I'm terrible with naming things. I'm so terrible. The only thing I'm not terrible with, my car's name is Jennifer. I always name my cars. Yeah. So finding that one thing, whatever it is to perk you up. If you like flowers, don't wait on anybody to send you flowers. Just go buy yourself one rose for $6. Just buy yourself, if you're feeling down, just go for a run. That's one of the things that it changed endorphins, I think. When I'm feeling down, the more I run, the more time I spend in the sun, I feel better. And also blueberries. That's the food. Blueberries is a mood shifter. It helps me to sleep. It relaxes me. I eat an abundance of blueberries. And it's also good for me as a diabetic. So that's one of the reasons I eat so much of it. But do something. Bless girl Shanice. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome in. Give me some love as you come in. Give me that thumb, girlfriend. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. The topic is, what is the one thing? The one thing that can pick you up. The one thing that can pick you up when you're down, Shanice. Put it in the chat. Share it with us. We all are sharing today. Good for Devil, I don't understand you. I really don't understand you. You seem like such a good person. You do all of that, and yet you don't trust. So, okay, so let me ask the question. Do you have a wife or a serious relationship? Because all that you're saying, those are good, those are things that woman loves. But I'm saying to you, whether male or female, and if you're listening, because believe it or not, I have the age group from 17. YouTube cuts it off. YouTube puts it in a bar, a column. I guess every platform you decide how you, mine, I love to see the bars. I don't like to see the, and I have from 16 years old to 65 plus watching me. So if there's a 16 years old or 17 or 18-year-old out there that are watching me right now, think about the one thing you have that if you get really down in your spirit, or the one person you have that you can talk to, and always remember that one person. When things get low, when it seems as if nothing is going right for you, that one person, that one thing, if whatever you use to keep you going, try to identify that. So I was saying too, exercise is also a mood booster. I know I said it on here quite a few times. I learned to ride a bike last year because I told myself I have to do something that I've never done before moving forward. So I decided I'm going to learn to ride a bike. And my wonderful neighbor who loves me and I love him dearly, in his 80s, taught me to ride. You can't say nothing to me. I must have fell off the two-wheeler about 100 times. And he said to me, you're going to hurt yourself, so you better ride this one. So I ride a three-wheeler, but it's cute because I jazz it up. Very cute. And it has 4 speeds to it. And that's what I love. The other day I was coming down a hill and I made a turn and I don't know what I did wrong. I broke the chain. So I have to go get it fixed because I need to go back riding. Thank you, Winsome. Thank you. See, so exercise helps. Sitting in the sun helps. Walking helps. Playing a game of basketball for men helps. And there's another thing that helps. I'm not married anymore, but when I was married, it helps. Oh, 7 years is a long time. Okay, Devil. Just be intentional about the healing process because you can't live in that type of a pain. Living in that type of pain, just make all you do is work because you work to not deal. Every overtime, every shift available, that's not healthy. I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying, pause, Devil, come up for air. 7 years is a long time. Life is not that bad. It's fun out here when we deal with our issues, when we leave our bags at baggage claim that we don't need. It gives us for a better life. Because believe me, I have every reason to have my head under a pillow right now, but I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. And doing topics like these help me to heal also. So one of the reasons why I do these topics, because I'm intentional about healing, I'm intentional about trusting and living in my authentic self so I can be the best of who I am and attract the best people out there. You see what I'm saying? So when we hold on to the hurt, when we hold on to the pain, you can't enjoy life. You're just existing. Life is too short to just exist. You just get up in the morning, go to work, come home. That's not life. That's not life. Life is made to enjoy. Be intentional this year about doing something. And sometimes you have to drop family, friends. You have to drop them to move on. Sometimes some people are so toxic for you. And you have to identify that. and shift from those type of waves. Because you see, I find out that people are so quick to blame you when you get upset. Oh, I can't believe she. But they don't look at the fact of what they did to upset you. They don't look at that. They don't look at the fact, what did you do? Or what have you been doing? Why, when she's in your company, she behaves like that? People don't look at that. What have you done to trigger her or him? Okay, Winsome. I don't know if it's low or high, but I hope you're staying a little longer. See, folk don't look at what they do to trigger you, for you to, because a lot of us are struggling with anxiety, you know, because anxiety comes from trauma. It comes from pain that the brain can't handle, the mental health cannot handle, and we become anxious. And knowing, oh, okay, sweetheart, knowing this about ourselves help us to heal. We, as I said before, I don't want you isolating because you have been hurt. Because some days I don't feel like going to church. I don't feel like being around nobody. I'm just tired of the foolishness. I'm just tired of being tired. And then I say, keep going, girl. Keep going. Because who's it going to hurt? Me. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Trusting is hard, but it can be attained. It can be attained. God, if I didn't trust people, I don't know where I'd be today. We just have to know what to share. And as I said, for those who just came on, I said that if there's something in your life, and we all have our ghosts, that's right, Winsome. But sometimes, Winsome, sometimes the pain and the hurt and the disappointment makes us want to isolate. But we have to talk ourselves out of it. One at a time, Daval. Don't look so broad. One person at a time. When you look so broad, so wide, it complicates the issue. One person at a time. One person at a time. Yes. I don't know how much of us believe in God, but I tell you, for me, if I didn't believe in God, I don't know where I would be today. Probably you'd hear on some platform that you know she died. Because we, honestly, if we look at it, you know, we have enough to give up. But somebody once told me giving up is easy. Fighting is harder. Why are you going to cop out now? That's what the person said to me. Why you want to cop out now? Keep pushing. You see? So when we have our one thing and we know our one thing, that's what's going to change the arena. That's what's going to change what goes on up here. And sometimes we live in our head too much. Sometimes we live in our head too much. Go and volunteer. I know for me, when I've always been, Giselle, it's been a long time, Giselle. Thanks for coming. Thank you for finding me. I know so much people are not getting notification, but you guys are finding me. Thank you. Share, invite, give me that thumbs up. Giselle, I love you. Thank you for coming in, guys. Welcome her in. Thank you. So we're talking about that one thing, Giselle, and I want to hear your one thing. That one thing that can push you up when you're feeling so down? Whether it's food, music, whatever you do to cope. What is that? I'm not talking about regular coping, you know. I'm not talking about regular coping. I'm talking about situation that is so bleak, that have you so down. What is that one thing that could push you through that? And remember, guys, the blues lasts for a couple of hours or a couple of days. Psychologist says that if it goes beyond 3 days, you can't break it. Then it's time for you to really do something about it. If it continues, then we're going into depression. Then we really need to take care of it. Because depression is something that if we do not take care of it, leads into a greater issue. There is new onset depression, and then there's chronic depression. The chronic depression stays with you. You need counseling, you need medication. For all of them, seek help. You know, it's not a shame to seek help. Seeking help now is the new strong arm. Seeking help when you're down, when you feel like there's nobody out there you can talk to your doctor. If you have a pastor that is knowledgeable and understands mental illness, because there are some churches who thinks that you can pray everything away and losing members because they're not teaching them how to cope. Counseling, medication, whatever it takes, do it. If you see yourself getting to the place where you can't see hope. You don't want to get to that dark hole where you just feel like you're alone and nobody cares. So if you're going through the blues is normal. But if you start going into days, then it's entering into depression. And we need to really, really look at that in our teenagers, in our children, in our spouses, in ourselves. Look at it. Okay. And I hope you had a good holiday. Yeah. So bringing awareness to the one thing, ask your friends, ask your husband, ask your children. What is that one thing that can push you out of feeling down? Ask them. Yes, Winsome. And that's why I agree with what you said earlier. Not needing a crowd at this space in our life. I don't need a crowd anymore. When I was 20, I took the whole Manhattan with me. Everybody at work had to like me. I don't need that no more. And there's a part of me who don't care what you think about me. Just a small part though, because my character is very important to me. But it depends on who is talking. Bye. Over my head. Because you're supposed to talk about me. Yes, you are supposed to talk. Yes, I'm relevant. You're supposed to. You know? So, okay, Giselle, your daughter, that is, let me tell you. Yes, I can see that. I can see that. Yes, Winsome, if you're going to mar my character now, if you are going to publicly say things that can defame me and can affect my life and affect my children's life without proof, we got a court date. But other than that, if you don't like me because, as I said before, I'm wearing a black and white chemo and I have a black and white drape going and, oh, those two shouldn't go together, guess what? Put up your other color drape and put up what you want to put up. This is what I want to put up. I don't major in the minors. I'm too old and too cute for that. I don't major in the minors. And as I said, there's a part of me that really don't care what you think. Really don't care. It really don't. Yes, there's a part of me that really don't care what you think. I'm going to be me. However, When folk pour into me and show me where I'm going wrong, I believe with all my heart that I can create a change. Positive criticism creates growth. And sometimes the truth hurts, but it's still the truth. But it's the delivery. How do we deliver that to the person? Yes. How do we deliver it to the person? When we are correcting someone, if you want the friendship to last, you should have known your friend by now that if you tell her certain things in the public, she's going to be offended. But if you go to her privately, same thing with your spouse. You know what? When you bark at your spouse in public, that's the most disgusting thing to us onlookers. It's so disgusting. Because if you treat them like this out here, what do you do at home? So be mindful how we criticize people and how we treat people. Don't care who they are in our lives. Because what is going on now, okay, Giselle. That's what I'm saying. When you get to a certain age and people, oh, she's so cocky. Well, probably I am to a certain degree. Yes, I'm supposed to be. I've been through enough pain, enough hate, enough betrayal that I should be cocky. I should be, because I got through them. I'm going through them. I'm walking the walk. And you might not see the work I'm doing, but I feel it. And there are people out there that see the change. So guess what? I'm cocky. You see, guys, we have to own, if we don't hold on to something for ourselves, people will drain us and drag us down so they can feel better about themselves. They can't see your worth, because seeing your worth will make them have to look at themselves. So as we get older, as I was saying, I'm piggybacking on two things that I saw this week. One is that wonderful wedding of the 70-year-old and the 84-year-old. 70-year-old guy, 84-year-old lady. So, oh my God, so heartwarming. And then last night, I was listening to another platform holder, and they're just bashing us 60-year-old women. We're too cocky. We're too this. We're too that. Well, brother, friend, sister, friend, for husbands, if at 60 years old, we're not different from the 22-year-old that you just left last week, we got problems. Yes, we're different. Yes, we are better. Yes, we are. We are. We are. We are. Call a thing a thing. We are. When you've gone through so much in life, and when you have experienced pain in your gut that want you to, at some point, you have to have something to hold on to. What better person to hold on to than me being my authentic self? Me trying to grow, like the onion, trying to get rid of that brown spot. Nobody just pick up an onion, cut it up, and put it in your dish. We have to peel off that rugged spot. And then when you look at it, it's nice and shine. So we have to do that with ourselves. And there are those of us, when we get to 60, something slap us in our head and says, you don't have to put up with that anymore. A change is coming. Yes, a change is coming, and it has to start with me. It has to start with me. I'm telling you, man, they just don't like you just because you got on glasses. You can't stop at the door with people like that. You got to go through the palace. If everything someone says, we stop. I used to be that person. Every time you see me, I'm fighting with someone because I'm just tired of people talking about me. And I decided, especially after my dad died, I lost my best friend. I could go to him with anything. Some days he eat off my neck. Some days he send me to the pit of hell. And another day he hugs me. And that's the type of dad I had. You never know what you're going to get. But one thing I know for sure, even when he was mad at me, I know he cared about me. So when you've gone through all of that, what's the next thing to do? Change is coming. Yes. Be the change you want for you. Because most of the time we're criticized. And we don't get invited to all these places. It's because our shine, they can't take the glare. They can't take the glare. You cannot take everyone with you everywhere you go. Dragging dead bodies around will break you. So our one thing that keeps us going is going to be something that we can identify, that has been proven, that is sustainable. Prayers, singing, finding the comfort in your loved one's arm, finding the comfort in Jesus most of all. Yes, Giselle. Every time you see me, I'm mad at somebody. Every time you see me, I'm arguing. Every time. Because I had so much triggers. And I knew these people were my trigger. But I kept going. I kept going. When we know triggers, when I say triggers, what do I mean? That one thing that will put you in a place that when you're finished, you go, that's not me. That's not how I want to be seen. But I didn't realize it until somebody brought it up to me. They said, your pain. I think this was 2000 and he brought it up to me 2000. I want to say 2009. My friend said, to know you is to love you. They can't love you if you behave like this all the time. Stay away from people that makes you go this way. Yes. I didn't understand it then, but boy, I got a t-shirt and a cap for that mess. I know my triggers. I know the crowd and the environment that will trigger me. And believe me, I will be in those spaces minimally only when it's extremely necessary. I don't care if it's church. I don't care if it's school. I don't care if it's friends. I don't care if it's lover. Once I find out that you are that person that can trigger me, I make very little contribution to your space. Yes, Giselle, we carry around all these dead bodies calling them friends, and all they do is bear us down. They have nothing good to say about us. They criticize. Man, you know one of the West Indian things that I hate? Have you ever gone somewhere and somebody had the gall to come up and feel your clothes? Hey, Tapanaris, I have never seen anything I hate so much in my life than that statement. Yes, we have to leave them behind. We can change, especially women. Women, do you know how powerful we are? Do you know how powerful we are? We crumble nation. We change protocol. We're powerful sources in society. And power doesn't only come with education, and believe me, I'm a champion for education because I'm an educator. I'm a champion for education. You know, I've often hear people say that all these educated people, they this and that, lies you tell yourself. When you hear people start putting down education, or educated people is because they wanted to get there and they wasted their time. They had the potential, they have the wherewithal to go, but it seems that they put money and things before school. And by the time they're ready to go to school, life happens and they didn't have the opportunity. You cannot put down somebody who's educated to feel good. That's an oxymoron. You can't. We're humans too. We make mistakes too. So if I put my words together, you can knock me for that. Because if I can accept you with your yang, 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 why can't you accept me? Oh, I'm smart enough not to let you know. That's all it is. Thank you, Giselle. I just love you all on here tonight. For those folks who are silent watchers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And remember, since you're here, just give me a thumbs up, okay? YouTube love it, and I appreciate it. Thank you. You see, we as women, if we come together, and I think that's why there's a force that don't want women together, because we can do some damage and change, you know. We can be positive, you know. Even looking at our platform, who has the most bickering on platform? Who has the most bickering on YouTube? Woman. Anybody on here? I love that phrase. Pardon me, guys. Anybody in here? The first person to put up, let me think, 5 content providers, male, that are out there fighting. The first person to put up, don't care where you live, I send you a gift. The first person to put up a male content provider, 5 male content providers who are out there fighting, or even 4, or even 3. I'm not talking bickering one day, that are constantly fighting with each other. Put them up. Put them up. But we can put up 100 women. That's because they don't know their triggers. Or if they know it, they have not identified it. Because it takes time. It takes time to identify your triggers. I had to learn it. I had to learn my triggers because it was making me look bad in such a way that it was embarrassing. And when you change it, hear what they say, what's wrong? When you're quiet, what's wrong? When you have nothing to say, what's wrong? So they're disappointed because what? You're not feeding them. They get a paycheck out of you misbehaving. And if I'm lying, tell me in the chat. The people that fight the most online, don't they get 1 million views in 2 days? 2 minutes, I should say. Because negativity. Don't they get 1 million in two minutes? 1 million people in 2 minutes. Because it's easier. It's easier to support something that the crowd is going after than standing alone. Sometimes it's okay to be alone, you know. If Martin Luther King didn't stand alone, where would we be in America? We had no rights, no freedom, no nothing. Where would we be? But some of us are so afraid to stand alone. We're afraid to speak up for what is right. Our one thing. Our one thing is not to feed negativity, not to stand and support oppressive behavior, not to stand and support things that are not right. Am I wrong? There's no normal anymore, you know. What used to be, if I come on here with a cup and a saucer, holding it up, drinking tea, everybody would go, it's where she come from. People don't do that no more. Am I lying? Am I lying? Tell me. So knowing our thing, knowing how to get through the difficult times is what's going to make it this year. 2024 is a year of revelation. 2024 is gonna, and I'm no prophet. 2020 is gonna be a year of revelation, and it should be a year of bringing us together. And I'm talking about platform holders right now. You want to be supported by all of us, but you don't show support. And if I don't support you, then I hate you, and then everybody comes at me. Come on, guys. Come on. We're women. Let's show the softer side of us. Let's show the softer side of us. Let's do it. Because you're quiet don't mean you're humble, you know. I'm not saying that. Because some quiet people are just puffed up. They're just puffed up. You must have something to say about some issue. Everything you're quiet? That's puffed upness. And if especially in church. Oh, thank you, Derville. Especially in churches. Because I can only talk about the things I'm familiar with. I'm not going out there grabbing at straws. I'm talking about things I'm working through, things I'm familiar with, things I've observed. You will sit into a business meeting at work, and caregivers, nursing assistants, social workers, teachers, the bus man, the wonderful man that picks up my garbage. I shouldn't say pick up, takes my garbage, because pick up is an oppressive word for a garbage man. And you will complain until the ducks come home. I don't like this. I don't like that. And when you have a meeting with the boss, everybody's quiet. Everybody's quiet. Nobody don't have a point. They have all the points in the restroom. They have the points in the parking lot. They have all the points in the lunchroom. But when the time comes to get together, everybody's mouth is in subpoena. And the one person that speaks up, meeting could have been over a long time, but she have to stay there just a chat, so when she's defending you. Oh boy, Karen. You know, Karen says some people are leopard. Some persons are leopard. They cannot change their spots. But you know, Karen, I will take that. I will take that to a certain degree. We cannot change ourselves. We cannot change ourselves. I can change this from a tunic to a skirt, but there's some work that has to be done. I need a sewing machine. I need needle and thread, and I need time. I need some elastic to put in the waist. Come on, guys. Like up the channel. Like up the live. Please, guys. I need your thumbs. So people can change if they invite God in their life. On that perspective, I would agree with you. On the other perspective, where the person does not acknowledge a higher force in their life, I can see no change. But if you say you have God, and Father Jesus, help me. You know, sometimes, especially when you listen on YouTube, some of the people on YouTube that fighting and fussing, every minute they have in a Bible study. You know what? Let me not even go there. Sometimes we put God in a place that I think He wants to slap us, you know. Yes. We think that being quiet is humility. Lies you tell yourself. Lies. Is arrogant and stuffed up and self-centeredness and self-servingness. Because if you have nothing to say, can you imagine sitting in a church for years? And you come to church every day we have Bible study, we have conferences, and you have nothing to say. You go to work, you work with them for 4 or 5 years. They have business meeting and they have nothing to say. Those people, they have nothing to say. They're not invested in nothing. They're just going through the motion. That's why you see where the hawk flies, or the eagle, sorry. You see how far he fly? You see where the ducks go? Because a duck cannot get to a hawk, but a hawk can get to a duck. It's a reason. It's a reason. Yes, Derval. And we put up with mediocrity to feel like we're a part of. We're a part of. I don't want to be, no. I don't want to be in, no. You either don't say anything or you jump on every bandwagon and nobody has an opinion. You're not saying anything, but when the person speak in your little group, you go and discuss them. Oh, she does chat. You start chatting so I could shut up. You start defending something so I could shut up. Because if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And this is what's going on in our society now. Everybody wants people to accept them. Everybody wants the crowd. Accept me for the right reason and correct me when I go wrong. Correct me when I go wrong. Because something is common and everybody does it doesn't mean it's right. It just means it's common. It just means it's common. It just means it's common. Karen, I tell you something. You know, I gave some thought into whether I wanted to continue on YouTube over the holidays. And a friend of mine said, it's because you're hurting. And I said, no. I just think that I mustn't be among certain things. And YouTube is a huge platform. And that's how she talked me into staying. She knows nothing about it except when she comes on and watch me, and we were talking. And I said to her, you know, what is going on there? I don't want to be umbrellaed. She's one of the YouTube people. I don't want to be umbrellaed like that. And she said to me, you garner your lane, and you've stayed in your lane. You've talked about the issues, and you've stayed in your lane. Continue to do it if that's what you want to do. And I said, yes, I want to do it. I just don't like what is going on there. And I have this thing that, you know, if I have a friend and they come on and see, oh, really? That's what they do on YouTube? And she's like, forget about that. Do what you do. So Winsome, as a content provider, how do you feel sometimes? Who else is here as content providers? How do you feel sometimes? Share it with me in the chat. And I didn't want to come off because of numbers. Because as I said, the numbers will come. Because my channel Before I even birthed this channel, I gave it to God. And when I named it, I said, Lord, the first video I put up, I didn't know what I was doing. I go back and I look at it now and I laugh when I see the growth. I said, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I ask you to provide the topic and provide the people that will come on. So it's totally in God's hand, and it is his time. And yes, I love the numbers and I love the thumbs up. Yes, I do. The numbers and the thumbs up keep us, the human part of me, going. The other part of me, the spiritual part, say, listen, keep going, because this is something you love and you have a voice. Okay, Winsome. Do you ever get to the point, Winsome, where you say, why am I here? Because you're on longer than I am. I'm not even a year yet. YouTube says that I'm on since 2021, but that's not true. I had a business and my business was on YouTube. So I started this last year. Last year. So yes, Winsome, yes. You've never felt like you want to give up? I felt like I don't want to be seen in that category as a YouTuber. Yeah, I felt that way because of how I see myself. I felt that way. I want to know that if my pastor hear about my channel, he can come on it. Yes, he can come of it. My children, they can come on it. Yes. Oh, you've never felt like giving up? Okay, Winsome, happy for you. So I can be encouraged by you, because I felt like I don't want to be a part of this. Yep, I felt like it. But feeling like it just makes me, it's a reevaluation to make sure I stay in my lane and stay where I set myself to be. I'm not going to do certain topics to bring in the numbers. I'm not doing it. Yes, Giselle. I'm not going to go to the left to bring numbers, because the left is bringing the numbers and numbers bring money. Yes. This is not my income. This is not my income at all. Not at all. I am not, there are people that have asked me to talk about politics, sex, this, that, and I tell them, politics I will not touch. Religion I will not touch. I will talk about my relationship with God and the Bible, but I will not touch religion, because that's a separate entity completely. Politics, I was never one to get involved with that. Not even my children knows what party I am. My father died and I don't know what party he was. I don't know what party my mother is. Sometimes I think I know by listening to her, how she talks. But we're a family that keep political stuff private. It's my right to choose who I choose. It's your right to choose who you choose. I'm not going to come on here and create any problem with that. No, I'm not. To get numbers, no. No. That's right. Nobody made me think of leaving. What I thought of is, what is going on. And I don't want to be, because YouTube is an umbrella. So all of us is covered under it as content providers. But then when this individual pointed it out to me that you're okay. Don't play the noise in the market anymore. Just do what you do. Yes, Winsome, we're going to keep fighting together. We're going to keep supporting each other and fighting together. Because again, if we're not in the millions. We're not in the millions of viewers. And each one of us, if the channel is something that this is a part of something that I want to align myself with, because I don't put myself with anybody. No, I don't. And I support you. I don't see why it's so hard for you to support me. That is a problem we're having, especially with the women. You supporting me don't take anything away from me, from you. Me supporting you don't take anything away from us. It just means we support each other. This playing field is huge. Everybody can get a piece of the pie. So I don't worry about that. But sometimes I get concerned that people expect you to support them and they don't support you. They don't. You be on their channel, everything they do. And they don't even come over and look at what you're doing. There's something sick about that. Thank you. It's true. We have to reevaluate ourselves. And when we reevaluate ourselves, it's like cleaning out a refrigerator. I tend to clean out my refrigerator once a month. Because, you know, there's stuff in there that you think you threw out, like that one bottle that's sitting in the back there with some beets or something, and you go and you clean it out. Now, the downside of that is that when I clean it out, I want to go shop. But I get to see what's in it and get to see what I want and what I don't want. It's the same thing with our life. And when we start to clean out all the negative things in our life and all the things that triggers us, we can't clean out all triggers. Some triggers you just ignore and others really affect you. Oh, every time she do that, I just get on my nerves. But then there are others that brings out the behavior sometimes that comes with triggers. You know, so once we get through that and we get to a place where we have people in our life to pour in on us and we pour out to God so he can fill us back up, then we'll be okay. Because we're not island. The Bible says that he didn't make us to be alone. Now, I struggle with that one. He said he didn't. He didn't make us to be alone. And, you know, some people think it's a man. No. Yes, if you find a man, he's involved, yes. But it means a community of people that you build yourself with. He didn't make us to be an island. He made us to socialize. That's why we have church, you know. I don't know about you, but I don't go to church to be saved. I don't. I don't go to church. Church can save you. Your relationship with God, God decides if you're safe. Now, I told you all I have a sermon. Don't get me going there. Okay? So once we do those things in our life, once we look at every facet of our life and see where we can change, I know I'm a happier person. The person 10 years ago, Lord have mercy. Her name is Mariella. She was something to reckon with. Oh, my Lord. I'm glad you all didn't meet Mariella. She was a mess, full of pain, full of emptiness, full of loneliness. Yes. Mariella was such a hurt girl. From childhood, teenagers, don't get me wrong, I was never sexually molested. I was never physically molested or physically hurt. Praise God for that. I grew up in a home that was safe. And we were taught to talk. My big sister always tell us, anybody do you all something, come to me. So we were taught to talk about things that happened. So nobody could tell me, don't tell anybody this when I was small. If you touch me on my shoulder and I feel bad, I go tell my sister. And she would explain to me that it's okay. Okay? Yes, it's true, Ingrid. You see? So once we get to a comfort level with ourselves, because you see, I had to get rid of Mariella because the way I was being received, and again, it was this person that loves me, care about me, that showed me that behavior has gone on too long and showed me what causing it and how to deal with it. And let me tell you something, guys. Pray, 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 and seek counseling. Those things in your life that makes you less than who you want to be, seek professional counseling, a certified, professional, reputable counselor. and pray to God. God, you see, I'm suffering with this issue. I can't fight it on my own. Whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, show me, God, a good provider. Talk to your medical doctors. They know all the good providers out there. You know, I got into a car accident last year. And I went to my doctor and she wanted me to see a specialist. And she said to me, I said to her, I heard about this person. And she said, yes, he's good, but I want you to have the best. So your doctors have your best interest. And she sent me to this surgeon. And let me tell you something. He was able to pinpoint the problem and fix it. So don't hide the pain. For those of us who say we don't trust anybody, I hope you trust a doctor because they're writing your prescription. Talk to your doctor. They'll put you on to somebody who can help you with this pain. It works. Take all the bush you want to take. Take all the bush, drink all the porridge and all the mixy you want to do. But also seek help. Pray, seek help, get help, and take your bush. I remember, when my son died, somebody told me they have a bush that will help me to cope, a tea. And I said, mighty God, you really believe that? I know. The person said to me, I have a special tea that I want you to drink. I said, I hope it's calamine tea. And I don't drink calamine tea because I'm on insulin. I said, but I go to the doctor. I'll ask her to find me a good counselor. And I said, no, pray and drink the tea. I prayed and I went to counseling. And I'm coping much better. I pray for God to find the right person that understands this situation to help me to cope. I talk to my prayer group at church and I tell them I'm hurting. Find somebody, guys. Don't let this, whatever is going on in the air is pregnant with this thought that there's nobody out there to help you. Lies. It's so true, Winsome. Lies, guys. You can trust. Just don't trust too fast. Let them prove themselves, just like relationships. Just like a relationship. If you want a Coach bag, are you going to go to the 99-cent store? All those who buy Coaches in 99, please lead me to the store because I need a new one. I need a new one for my birthday. Well, not Coach, no. I need a new pocketbook, not Coach, for my birthday. So if they sell designer pocketbooks in 99-cent store in your area, guys, please reach out to me. I will sell you the money and you buy it from me and send it to me. So the same way you don't go to the 99-cent store to buy a designer bag, you have to know who to trust to share your thoughts with. When some stop laughing at me. You have to know who to trust to share your thoughts with and to share those painful situations with. And it's a reciprocal relationship. It's a dance. And if the person is not dancing with you, they're just just you alone moving and they standing there, reevaluate that friendship. Reevaluate that friendship. Because everybody cannot love us, but the right people will. And if we're looking at everybody to love us, we're empty inside and we need to be filled up. We need to be filled up. Yeah. So anybody find a Coach in a 99-cent store or a designer bag, Louis Vuitton, all of them, send it to me because I want one. You see? So let's find that one thing. And if it's a person, let's be reciprocal. Let's be trustworthy to them. Oh, yes. That person is my friend until this day, very active friend in my life. Sat me down one day and said, something happened and I really took it hard. And I went off and says, this is the third time I see you like this. I don't like it. If you continue to behave like this, I don't want to be in I don't want to be your friend. And I love you. I care about you. And I want you in my life. So I need you to seriously seek the help you need for this behavior. And I did. When I looked at it, and recently, end of last year, a situation happened with me. And I said, there's no way I'm going to let this person continue, or these group of people to continue to pull me down like this, because they trigger me. And they don't look at their behavior. What caused her to behave like this when she's with me? What caused her to behave? They don't look at it. So guys, thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for participating in the chat. Those of us who are silent watchers, listeners, thank you for being here. Before you go, like up the live for me, guys. And those of you who have not visited my channel, please visit my channel. I hope there's something on it that you like. Everybody's telling me keep doing more food. So there's a lot more to come. A lot more food to come. I'm lining up to get going with different type of cooking. So please go on the channel, YouTube, Home Care Queen TV and Vlogs. Go on there, like the videos for me. And if you want, subscribe. While I continue to support you guys, please continue to support me. I appreciate you all. Yes. I noticed it too, Giselle, and I think it's happening here too. But you know what? The race is not for the swift. It's for those that endure to the end. And whatever the end is for each individual, they have to find that for themselves. So as long as you guys keep supporting me and inviting people in, and, I'm hoping, because I'm not just here because I'm cute or because I can talk, I'm hoping that I'll make a difference in someone's life, even one person. That I'll make a difference in one person's life, because people have to know that it's okay. You're not alone. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Somebody's been through it before you and they got through it. They got through it. Yes, they got through it. Oh, thank you, Deval. Deval, Winston, pardon me. I'm kissing up your Deval. Giselle, pardon me. The thing is, when we know that somebody else care, life becomes easier. And the more we share what we can share, to let people know that I've been there, I'm going through it, I'm walking the walk with you, I'm hurting too. Let people know that I understand that pain. I can't hurt like you, but I understand that pain. Let people know that they're not alone. Thank you so much. Let people know that they're not alone. Let people know that they can get through whatever they're going through. Let people know that they can get through it. And again, before I come off, because I pledged that I'll always do it. And I don't know if you were on Winsome. I don't see another content provider here. So Winsome, I don't know if you heard the other night when I was on, I'm asking all content providers that support my channel and others too. Encourage your supporters, your viewers. And I think, yes, Winsome, you spoke about it too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, Winsome, you spoke about it too. We need to continue to advocate and support and re-educate people on when you see something, say something when it comes on to children. When it comes on to children. When it comes on to children, guys. When you see something, say something. When you hear your neighbor's children crying constantly, lend a hand with a kind word to the mother. When you're on the beach, wherever you're going, and you see a child with an adult, question it. Hi, daddy, you have your little girl out here swimming with you. Find ways to question it. You're in the supermarket and they're dragging them by the hair. Find a way to question it. Too much of our children are getting hurt, especially in the islands. Too much of our children are getting hurt. If you see your neighbor, daughter on the street, and I know I said it before and I'm not going back there. You barely can talk to people about their children in church, so I can't imagine on the streets and in the neighborhood, but we have to find a way. We have to find a way to shout and shake and sound the alarm that we will not tolerate child abuse. We will not tolerate child abuse. Every time we're on a platform, this should be one of the things we talk about. Keep your eyes open for that child. Teachers, especially in the islands where you guys don't have classroom aids like we have the luxury of doing here, where we have a teacher and we have classroom aids and we have rehabilitation aids for kids who are not doing well in school, to keep them on track. Yes, I know you don't have it, but you have eyes, you have ears. Yes, I know you're tired. Principals, get out your office. Go in the classrooms. Be vigilant. Observe your kids. So thanks for watching, guys. Let's re-educate even one parent with everything else that we're doing here. Re-educate. Mommy, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like nobody cares, someone cares. Someone cares. Neighbors, if they come to you and ask you for some sugar or a $5 to buy something for the kids, if you can't give 5, give 1. Don't run them. Yes, Giselle. Women, you see, if we bond together, if we destroy nation, we bring down White Houses. You see, if we bond together, we can turn this child abuse situation around, you know. This is not a competition. Advocating for safety of a child is not a competition. It's a duty. So if I do it, you do it, that one do it. Be the difference you want to see. Be the difference. When you go to the supermarket and you see the mother, she picks up 1 crackers, 1 milk, and I don't know if those things are happening anymore, but I know it happens here. You get to the counter and you see her just trying to make that dollar multiply to $100. None of us is going through an easy time right now. Might be comfortable. I don't live above my means. I don't. I can't afford to. I'd be homeless. Thank God for this great United States of America. when you're on the line in the supermarket and you have your $40,000 grocery and your $100,000 grocery and your $10 and your $2 groceries, even if you have food stamps. Because my God, I watched a woman with 6 carts the other day. I don't stand behind people. I stand behind them. I don't stand behind people. I don't do it nowhere. And I was waiting on a line, and this lady had 4 baskets full, carts full of food. And she took out her card, and she has every right to get it. If she's qualified for it, she has every right to get it. So I'm not criticizing the food stamp, because God knows I wish I could get some. Some people are getting $1,000 a month. I wish I could get some. I work hard. So I'm not criticizing that. What I'm simply saying is, there's a woman in front of her. Yes, Giselle, we have to look out for people, children and the elderly. There was a woman in front of her, and I'm standing beside her because I don't, as I said, I don't stand behind people, I stand beside. And I watched that lady. She had a little baby on the floor, and she had another one in her hand. And I watched her count out that money. And when she get to the cashier, she said, put back those. And the other cashier was empty. So I walked around her. And I said to her, pardon me, I'd love to gift you. And she said, what? I said, can I pay for it for you? And she said, what? I said, can I pay for it for you? And she says, I'll just buy what I can afford. I said, I know, that's what I'd like to gift you so you can get it. And she gave in. And she never stopped thanking me. And I told her, it's okay, sweetheart. God loves you, so do I. I was still standing behind the lady, so I had to go back to my spot where my groceries were. And she got to the counter. Her groceries was something like $600. And when the cashier was cashing her, she said to her, it would have been nice if you had helped the lady instead of letting that other lady walk so far around. And I said to myself, whenever an opportunity to provides itself for us to make a difference. I didn't have a lot of money. I had to put back something, but hey, I don't care. I did, I had to put back something, but I don't have children. She does. What I'm simply saying is the little things we do, it doesn't have to be big. The little things we do, that is what is going to make a better society. Because waiting on the government to do it, waiting on the church to do it, waiting on the neighbor to do it, that's just an excuse for us not to get involved. Somebody says to me, we can't do everything. No, we can't, but we can do one thing. We can do one thing. One thing. Any opportunity that gives itself for you to make a difference, pledge with me that 2024 you're going to do it. And you don't have to give your rent. You don't have to give your car payment. Do what you can. Remember the widow's mite? Look at the blessing she got. Because she gave from a place of sacrifice. She gave from a place of sacrifice. That's why this thing about, I help me guy, what they call it? Sowing seed. Sowing into seed so I can be blessed. And my goodness, you're going to give help so you can get help back? The Bible says that we must bring tithes and offering into his storehouse, and he will pour us out a blessing. It never say a portion. It never say a portion. It never said the White House. It says a blessing. My blessing can be, your blessing can be that your car don't run out of gas before payday. Your blessing can be you have enough food to last until payday. So the person that says that their one thing is looking on the blessing and looking at how God has pulled them through stuff. That's what we need to do. Thank you. If each of us pledge that if we're going to the supermarket and we know that Lady Brown next door is 84 years old, and all she has is her little, thank God in America. So I have to love the United States of America. Knock me over my head if you want to. I don't care. Because the elderly that don't get help here doesn't know how to get it. But once they go to their doctor or they go to a church or they meet somebody, they tell them, I know how you can get some food stamps. I know how you can get. And now the insurance companies are doing so much to that one thing we're talking about, both individually and universally. Guess what insurance companies are doing in America? And this is not food stamps. What insurance companies are saying, according to certain illnesses that you have, they're now giving you extra money on insurance company don't have money on their card. These insurance company, I don't know about any other state, but I know about Arizona. According to your circumstances and your illness, every month you can get between $25 and $450 to buy food. I love how they do it. And I think the food stamp program should do the same thing. They tell you what kind of food to buy. So if you're a diabetic, you buy fruits and vegetables. If you have heart condition, you buy fruits and vegetables. See where I'm going with this? If you're on a high cholesterol diet, you buy high fiber food. And then you have your insurance that has nothing to do with the money. It's on the same card. There's a food section on the card. And guess what? There are people that can get the pens. They can get walkers. They can get electric toothbrush. They can get briefs. Those male brief, female brief. They can get cane. That's what they're doing in Arizona. They're giving according to your medical needs, because remember, insurance companies see your medical history. And whoever came up with this idea is a genius. So very few elderly will be hungry. Very few elderly will be hungry. Because if you're not qualified for food stamp, because it has nothing to do with the food stamp program, it's according to your illness and your age and where you are in life, socioeconomically. And everybody is able to get that card. And they can go to the supermarket if they can't get food stamp, because this card has nothing to do with the food stamp program. If the insurance company is saying, I want less doctor visits from you, Muriel, so therefore I am going to give you money as a diabetic. I'm just using myself as an example. I'm going to give you money as a diabetic to eat properly, more fruits and vegetables, more water, more nuts. But for people who are not in this country, and for people who don't have the paper to live here and get the benefits, look out for them. Those of us in the islands. Now, one thing I must say, I think the amount of people that are in need has been decreased drastically by platform holders. I lift my cap to you, charity. All the charities that go out there and feed every week, build homes to put people in. Granted, I think if you build the homes a little smaller, you could help one more person. But that's just only me. You do what you do because you're doing it good. What I'm simply saying is, each one of us adopt one situation that we can change, and watch it lift your spirit. Watch it lift your spirit. When I'm down, I volunteer the most. Because when I see situation that folks are in, that I myself are going through it, but God, it could be me, but God. And if we have a but God moment, we'll stop fighting with each other. We'll stop fighting with each other. Let them talk. God, if they don't talk, then I'm with them. If you don't talk about me, and I'm talking about these negative spaces, if you don't talk about me, you don't have nothing to talk about. So as long as you're not defaming my character, you're not offending my children, go ahead and talk. Because the more you talk, the better I look. Somebody, take a snapshot. Put it on my page. The more you talk, the better I look. Continue talking. Because if we let the chatter stop us, where will our society be? Someone has to make the difference. Somebody, be that person. Be that person. Be that person. I think I said goodbye already. But you all are here with me. So you're here with me. There are good people out there. We're good people. We're good people. So let me start with me. Let me start with me. Because there's one thing I know for sure. In my younger life, the amount of family, friends that I help, I have no regrets. None. Are they showering me with praise and appreciation? No. And there was a time that when I look back and see how much I gave and how much I pour into, and these people don't even see you. All they remember is what you did wrong. And I got over it now. Thank God for 60. Thank God for 60. God, 60 is a wonderful place. Right, Winsome? 60 is a wonderful place to be. And if you're cognizant of the fact that there are things that I don't want to carry with me anymore from 50, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now I'm 60. I'm supposed to carry this? No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Bye, bye, bye. I'm leaving it at the airport. All the extra luggage. All the extra luggage that the airline don't take. I'm leaving it. 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 So encourage yourselves. And let us encourage each other. Let us stop tearing down each other. One of the things that I have that I don't like. If you're waiting on thank you when you help people, Deval, you have a long time to wait. If you're waiting on thank you or appreciation, you have a long time to wait, my brother. Father God, every morning I get up and I can pay my bills without stressing. I remember there are days I used to have panic attacks when I don't work. Panic attacks. Because the money in the bank, I don't want to touch it because I am heading up there. Panic attacks. Now, he provided for me. When my son died, I couldn't work. That's when I truly met Jesus. When my son died. 3 times in my life, this experience has happened. When my son died, I was so broken. Mentally, I was a mess. I couldn't work for months. And when I saw how God poured into me, when I saw how God poured into me with the people he provided that I know without a shadow of a doubt that I could turn to them. I remember one time I texted my brother. I said, hi bro, how you doing? Could you send me X? And he called me back and he said, what can that do? And I said, thank you. You all are sometimes that's why I can't leave. Thank you, Giselle. Let me tell you something. Let's say I asked him for $5. And he takes back and say, what can this do? I say, right now, $1 will help me. And the next thing I hear, ping. Listen, man, Devil. Listen, Devil. I got a sermon, Devil. I got a sermon on what it means to hurt. I heard ping. And when I look, what he sent me could pay all my bills. My sister, granted, I have a large family. She just called me and said, hey, I sent something to brother for you. Not knowing that brother and I had a conversation the day before. And I said to her, I'm good, you know. She says, well, put it down for another time. Again, faith and trust is something that builds. Once you see it happen to you before, once this person proved trustworthy, authentic, I'm not saying perfect, you know, because I don't want a perfect soul in my life because that's annoying. Somebody that is flexible or authentic can make you laugh from your gut. And when I saw how God worked, I said, me sit down and worry again? I didn't call them. I did not call them. I had no expectation. Okay. There's not a soul that can, well, I shouldn't say that. The people who want to be honest can truly say that life might change now. But God, I know what it is to be hungry. And I can truly say I don't. I don't know what it is to be hungry. Because I can find something to eat. Might not be able to find everything to pay the bills, but I can find something to eat. I have always been like this growing up. Because I was raised in my father had a farm. So we grew up seeing food. My parents never go to a supermarket. I didn't know what that was until I came to America. So we can go and pick a tangerine. We can pick a mango. We can pick nestberries. We can pick. So we're always filled, and there's always water and milk because my dad has a lot of cows. So I didn't know what it is to be hungry. So I grew up that food must be in my house. My kids used to call my house Trader Joe's. If you want a candy, you can find it. If you want a chip, you can find it. Anything. I just believe that I should not be going to the supermarket every week. I'd go crazy if I have to go in a supermarket every week. I just can't do it. I buy enough stuff to last for a 3-month period of time, and then fruits and vegetables every 2 weeks. So I don't know what it is to be hungry, but I sure as heck know what it is not to be able to pay my bills. Thank you, Winsome. I know what it is not to be able to pay my bills. I know what it is when I look at my budget, and I don't live above my means. But anybody that owns a home can tell you, the first 2 years of home in my home, I wanted to give it away. Because I bought it as is for a reasonable price. And I did the renovation. But, you know, when you tear down stuff, you don't know what is behind these things. And you take down a chandelier to put up a new one, and that one can't hold because the ceiling is so weak. So I had to spend so much money to fix it the way I want it. And then my son died. So I had the money. I used it because I said, okay, I work and put it back. But my son died and I couldn't work. I could not work. I was that messed up in my head. I felt so alone. And God, He just showed up in relatives and friends. So I don't know how it is to be hungry. But I surely used to have panic attack about my bills. I remember one time I sat down and I did my budget after I renovated the house. I did my budget during the same time I was in the darkest place about my son's death. And when I did my budget, I go, what? How did I get so much bills? But I had to pay. I had to pay the loan back. New air condition, new dishwasher, new stove. I had to take out everything. And I had no problem when I bought the house because I knew I could afford it. But the boy died. So I'm like, I just spent all of this money. I can't work because if I go to work, I might just kill somebody because I was in so much pain. And God showed up. He showed up. Because let me hasten to say, and I have the t-shirt and I have the cap for this one. Satan blesses too, and he blesses abundantly. He blesses. So we must have the discernment to know who we're serving. Because it's not everybody that say, Lord, Lord, you know. There are lords, and then there's Lord. So not everybody that say, Lord, Lord, or read the Bible. Because if you notice, there's some people that only the scriptures that they read, they interpret it for dear life. Thank you, Winston. They like up the life, please, guys. If you're watching, please give Facebook some thumbs up for me, please. If you notice, I don't know how much of you all know the Bible, but Satan, where was Satan? On the right hand of Jesus. Your right hand is your strongest arm, right? And for men, the right side of the brain works better, right? Ours is both, right? So you tell me now. Exactly, Giselle. But I got through it, praise God. 3 years in now. Last year has been just enjoying it. You know? Let me tell you something. Satan blesses because he sat on the right hand of Jesus. He knows everything that God does. The only thing he cannot do is blow breath. Why, Giselle? The only thing he cannot do is blow breath. So you tell me now, if I want you to stay in my circle, and I believe in bribing, because that's what Satan does. He tried to mimic God. I'm going to give you things to keep you, right? I'm going to give you gifts to keep you. And there are some friendships like that. We're talking about the one thing, the one person. There's some friendship like that. It's just a take. To keep the person, I mean, a give to keep you buying the relationship, so to speak. Like some woman. Get me started, guys, please. Like some woman. You take up a man from you say you want a companion, you know. You say you want a companion. Yet you take up a man from Ghana. You have to pay $1,000 to $2,000 to visit him. You have to pay for a hotel. Or if you're stupid enough to go to his house, you have to buy food, probably down to the water or the air you breathe, you have to buy, right? You said you want a companion. In my head, a companion is somebody to get to know, to go out with, to spend time with. And every time you want to see this person, you're on a plane or a bus or a horse. And when they call you, wah, 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 can't talk to you long because the phone is not working. I don't have enough credit. These are the things I'm hearing that people want me to talk about. I don't have enough credit to talk to you, so I have to get off soon here. This morning when I get up, guess what? The refrigerator move. So I have no food. And you have to buy food. Now you tell me. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with some of us women? I hear stories about people sending $30,000, not island dollars, pounds, to give to people who they just meet on phone. Are you out of your flipping mind? Are you all drinking your coffee without water? That you would work hard. And if your children come for it, or your family member come for it, you can't give it to them. But you give it to some no teeth, no foot, broke pocket, ugly man. How you all do these things is beyond me. Beyond madness, Winsome. There's a mental issue there, and I got a little pill for it. Name the color. I can ask you to give you the name so the doctor can give it to you wherever country you're from. What is wrong? We all need companionship at some point in our life, but at what risk? The most sexiest thing is a man that can say, this is for me. How I noticed that I was coming and I noticed that your tire looks like you need some air. I'm going to put some air in the tire. Where's the car key? That's a man. That's a man. These pants that everybody running for. Somebody just text me. That's why I'm on. Somebody just text me and say, talk about this. These pants that you all have, those are not men enough. Those are not men. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are not men. Those are trousers. Not even the good ones. Not even the good ones. And then you come on YouTube and you start to talk about the man use you. Are you out of your mind? The man don't use you. The man never use you. You are buying something in your head because you swear after you talk to him for 3 days you're in a relationship. You know, I spoke to someone from a certain country. And the person says, I think we spoke for about a week, maybe 3, 4 days. Because I don't even remember because I just block him. And the person said to me, you know, I worked this week and I got paid. And after I got paid and give my mother some money, and after I've got paid and give money for my daughter, I don't have not even food to eat. I say, well, you need to learn money management. Because if you work $6 and you give 3 to your mother and 3 to your child, that's bad money management. What does that have to do with me? And the person say, cool, na man. I said, I don't understand what you're trying to say. I don't know why you gave me this scenario. But what I'm simply saying to you is that if you make $6 and you give your mom 3 and give your baby mama 3, what happened to yours? Well, I'm telling you, you know, I want my child to have a good life and my mother raised me. And these are the junk they tell some of you all. My mother raised me, so I had to give her half. I said, well, brother, I didn't raise you, so what do you want from me? I said, what do you want from me? You know, I can just see us never FaceTime, you know, because I'm not going to lose. I'm never going to do that. Never FaceTime, you know. And the person said, you know, I just figured that you will help me out. I said, well, I'm in the helping business, that's my profession. And here's what I'll do. I will send help to you. Him say, thank you, man. Send me $200. And me go text you with the information, okay? I said, no, are you out of your mind? That's not what I'm talking about. I said, the next time you get pay, give your mother $150, give your baby mother $200, and keep the rest. Because I'm neither your mama nor your baby mother. Boom! I know this is not for us here, but for those who will watch. If you are doing these things, stop it. A man is supposed to be a provider. And if you're just meeting him, he's supposed to show the potential that he can provide. And if you give him your life savings thinking that whatever he has is going to be such a joy that you can give him all your money, and when he takes it, then you're going to talk about he'd rip you off? No. You were feeding into a fantasy. You're feeding into a fantasy. Know your one thing that keeps you going. Know your one thing that keeps you going. And go to that one thing or those things or that person. Go to them when you get into those moods. Now, let me tell y'all something. I know how much of y'all do this, but you see me? There are certain times when I just go to the mall to look at what Louis Vuitton has out new. I don't even go in the store because the joy is looking through the window. Go to Gucci. I've been to Michael Kors. I got a few. I've been to Coach. I got a few. I've been to Durny and Burke. I have a few. I have a few. But guess what? I don't have a Louis Vuitton yet. So you know what I do? I go to the mall. I take a couple of dollars with me that can buy a soda and a pretzel or something. And I walk and I look at these things and I go, boy, that looks good. And when I come home, I feel like I went on a vacation. I switched my mind. I didn't go there wishing I could buy it, Because if I want it, I can make the sacrifice to get it. But am I going to spend $1,200 on a pocketbook or $3,000? I don't think I'm ready yet. What I'm simply saying is that when we know what drives us into a better place, and when we do the things to feel good, we don't make bad decisions. If he was, don't you know what country that is, right? It's like something is in the air. Something is in the air. There's this one channel, because it seems as if he specializes in relationships. I listen to the stories and I said to myself, these people can't be real. You send $15,000 to give somebody who you have met for 1 week, and you buy the plane ticket, you pay the hotel, you buy the food. And then you come and complain and talk about they rip you off? No. You were buying something that wasn't there. You were buying something that wasn't there. So what am I saying? Find something that will fill that emptiness and bring you to a place of joy. Well, joy comes from God. Happiness comes from us. The joy of the Lord is my strength. So find that thing that makes you happy. Find that happy spot. And stop feeding these losers. Stop it. Because I don't know if you all love to hear yourself talk, but if I had ever have a family member that did that, I would take them to see a psychiatrist. But here's a trick to this. The people who are doing these things, they're not telling their family. You know why they're not telling their family? Because they know they're not doing it. They're not doing good. They're not telling their family. The people that are doing these things are not telling they're hiding it from their children. But then when it doesn't work, they come on YouTube and talk about it. Now you tell me. Now, what they expect us to tell us? What they expect us to say? Keep giving more. Give them more. Keep giving. Because sometimes when I listen to these stories, I wonder if a family member had asked them for something, if they would give it. Have you guys ever listened to these stories? Have you ever listened to them, Winsor? So I'm truly going to end now. I'm glad that those of us who are on know our one thing. I'm so happy you were able to identify it. So use your one thing to help you to cope. Use your one thing to help you to cope. And truly put God first. Not God's. Not sowing seed into things to get back some. I'm not talking about those gods. I'm talking about Abba Father. I'm talking about the sustainer. I'm talking about the mind rejuvenator. I'm talking about the one that part the Red Sea. And all the Red Seas that you have had in your life that he has parted, reach back and use that for strength. And those of us who are giving men our money for some illusion that they build online, stop it. Find your one thing. And in doing so, we'll become better people, better friends, better family members, and we'll be better for ourselves. Thanks for watching. This has been your Queen, and this is Home Care Queen TV. Share, tell a friend, and again, I hope above everything else that has been said here, that there's something that you can find to encourage you as you throughout this rough life. I hope there's something that encourages you to keep going on, and not only going on, but making a difference. Take care of each other. See you soon. Remember, check the channel. There's some new cooking videos that's coming out. Thanks for your support. I'll continue to support those of you who are content providers as you continue to support me. God bless. Take care. Bye, guys. Share this video out. Share it out for me. Thanks for coming, everyone. I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm not going to name names. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Have a good night.